a minor technical problem. The memory, after another 4 hours of the good quality content, was out. I replaced the telephone. This is the second one, so let's continue without any problems, without any stress. Empty memory, 20 something giga. So let's enjoy from where we remained.
The R3, RX, Cura, easy. I don't know why there's so many different types of brake pads. This is something that annoys me with bikes. There's like hundreds of different types and all nearly the same. I don't really know what difference it makes if the pad's a different shape or tiny, slightly different size. It just makes life really difficult, complicated. But mountain bikes are incredibly complicated. Yeah, this combination together, the power pads, the big rotors, the brakes, power is just massive, absolutely massive. It must be one of the most powerful brakes I've ever used.
Alright, it would be the 101 times when I repeated the friend who said, "Oh, power, more power is better." How much power? Listen to this guy, what he say about a two-piston brake, and he's not even close to a joke of rider like me who never tried a downhill bike which is up there, or like him who said, "Oh, I had a fade, show me your disc and I will believe you."
The power pads, the big rotors, the brakes, power is just massive, absolutely massive. It must be one of the most powerful brakes I've ever used. It's huge, and it's all usable power. So the initial modulation
And also usable.
on these, maybe not the best. They're pretty sharp to start with. Going to say a bit more like a Shimano Saint than a Code, somewhere in between the two. When you're on long steep sections where you're like continuously pulling the brake, but you are still adjusting the amount of power you're feeding in to balance the bike or to keep the wheels from locking up. It's really easy to modulate the power there. But yeah, they are a bit sharp. If you like a really sharp brake, this setup's probably one of the best you can buy. It's pretty impressive. Heat management, no problems at all. General riding, no problems. Doing full runs in Morjan, then the red trail into the black trail, I couldn't really get them to overheat at all. This track, if anyone knows Morjan, a lot of you Brit guys will know Morjan. Burmy red track at the top, pretty fast, probably dragging the brakes around all the corners instead of braking before them and letting off. You get a lot of heat in the brakes.
Oh, but guess what? Our friend, because I'm looking for him, maybe he thought we ended up. It's not about his channel, his shop, his whatever. It's about them as a group of fake influencers, fake recommendations, fake whatever testers, helpers, whatever. So again,
steep sections of trail that if I grabbed my brake to slow myself down after carrying speed downhill, that I wasn't going to stop. These things had a tremendous amount of brake fade. They just didn't have enough power for the style of riding that I'm doing.
alright, I know, it's about Shimano XT, whatever, two piston.
General, pretty impressive. Heat management, no problems at all. General riding, no problems. Doing full runs in Morjan, then the red trail into the black trail, I couldn't really get them to overheat at all. This
He did. But maybe he will show us his disc after a while or sometime if it's important. For me to believe him, I want to see his disc. If it was too small, improve. This guy over here said he used 220. He will say he used 220. I want to see, or I want to know what this guy used and how fast is he. How fast is he compared to the pink bike reviewer.
Track, if anyone knows Morjan, a lot of you Brit guys will know Morjan. Burmy red track at the top, pretty fast, probably dragging the brakes around all the corners instead of braking before them and letting off. You get a lot of heat in the brakes there, and then you head into the black run, which just gets steeper. And this must be one of the longest continuous steep bits of track anywhere in the world, official tracks at least. People are going to split hairs on this. Champoux steeper, this is steeper, Goat's Gully steeper, but this is one of the best brake tests in the world. Bloody long and it's bloody steep, and you're on the brakes a lot, just trying to slow down to stay alive. And the rear brake would last all the way to the bottom with full bite. There might have been a little point when the pads maybe started to melt a little bit, but when I came out onto the road at the bottom of the track, tarmac, tons of grip, I could still easily skid the back wheel, just one finger, and not pulling them very hard.
Finally, someone going downhill, because the first one we managed to find was the one guy with the Blue Yeti XC oriented, who said with modesty but very right, man, I don't think I will use 4-piston or even try 4-piston on the rear, because I don't feel I need. So why I would try? The other guy, man, I read something like this. I want 2-piston is enough for me when I am Marc Marquez to actually feel that I touch the limit and I want more, even more, always. These guys say about the rear wheel next thing with the 2-piston.
But when I came out, slow down to stay alive. And the rear brake would last all the way to the bottom with full bite. There might have been a little point when the pads maybe started to melt a little bit, but when I came out onto the road at the bottom of the track, tarmac, tons of grip, I could still easily skid the back wheel, just one finger.
So, his opinion is incredible. So on a downhill track, a downhill race track, let's say like that, one of the most steep in the business, in the industry, in the whatever, in the world. People go there, try, manage, review, test, whatever. And there was a moment, let's say like this, for him, because I would actually go to the hospital in the 3rd second, even attempting to complete that black track. So he actually said that there was a moment when my brake pads started to melt, but nah, with 2-piston. No heat management, no problem. I reached the bottom and I just and lock the rear wheel, no problem. And the other guy say, man, more power, I need more power, brake fade, whatever, to Shimano. Alright, fine, buy 2-piston Cura, which are anyways cheaper than his Code RSC, incredible, whatever adjustment. Buy 2-piston, You need 2-piston? Alright. If your pads start to melt, like this guy happened, in one moment, in one truck, in one session, in something like that. But no problem, anyway, no problem. Me, you, what do you need, man? I don't say what do you want, or what do you like, or what you are happy about, because on Shimano website we didn't found nothing about happiness. It's about need. What do you need in the rear wheel? And you will see more about rear wheel. This is sweet, it's sweet for the mind, for the heart, and also for the riding style. to be in this small community, which you find actually really hard, because usually when you type something, whatever you type about whatever subject, into bike, into whatever industry, you are infested with all of these big channels, big reviewers, big seller, big opinion spreaders, shite spreaders, which they know better, they influence you into the mother of decisions in each area. Watch this, enjoy. You're free to enjoy, to be happy.
The pads maybe started to melt a little bit, but when I came out onto the road at the bottom of the track, tarmac, tons of grip, I could still easily skid the back wheel, just one finger, and not pulling them very hard. Fantastic, like maybe 5 to 6 minutes of riding, getting continually steeper, no fade, no noise. Did this 3 times in a row, the same every time.
So, four piston in the rear. Oh my god. Who is who is that dumb to do that? I didn't did that because I broke one of the 520 pistons and I said, alright, I will put one. But anyways, I don't use the 4 piston because I don't use the front brake. So I actually don't use the 4 piston, period. And yet he say, dude, I did this 3 times in a row, no problem, on the steepest track, downhill track, black track in the world, with 2 piston. But wait, there is more. Oh my god.
Like maybe 5 to 6 minutes of riding, getting continually steeper, no fade, no noise. Did this 3 times in a row, the same every time. The only thing I could find was, and they are sort of rainbow coloured from getting super hot, and there was some black.
So watch this, watch this. So if you see this signs on his disc, you know, you can discuss, man, let me show you that guy's disc. This guy showed me his disc. And this is not a stupid, you know, a stupid, nice bolts, man, anyway, with blue. Nice bolts. You can see brown here. So the sweet spot, it is perfect. No? A bit of blue here. So it's not that, you know, small boys game. Show me your mother, show me your father, show me your brother, show me your you know. Man, this guy showed me his disc. Alright, it is there. I showed you my uncolored stack of discs, and I actually told you very honestly that I don't have not even one rainbow, purple, blue one. Brown, maybe 1, maybe 2, I don't know. Maybe I will check. Let me see his disc. I want to see his disc. Oh my fucking god. Liars. Shitters. Oh my god.
No fade, no noise. Did this 3 times in a row, the same every time. The only thing I could find was, and they are sort of rainbow coloured from getting super hot, and there was some black residue, but that's gone now. That could have been the brake starting to melt and it was black brake dirt.
Alright. So not even here a problem, as he say. Nothing to get scared of. In his case, needing that power, he actually used the 2 piston only. That power, he used that power. He generated, maintained, controlled that power with 2 piston. And he say, nah, it's alright, man. Chill. Just a bit of melted pads around here. The black spots, you know. Nah, stay quiet, no problem.
That could have been the brake starting to melt and it was black brake dirt residue. The rest of the time, the rotors have just been super polished, super clean all the time. Looks great.
The front, alright?
The rest of the time, the rotors have just been super polished.
This is the front because this is the fork, you know? No problem, also in the front with 4 piston. What the disc size tell us? The color, man, it's transparent, polish, super polish, no problem. Not brown, not rainbow blue, purple. You're alright. Oh man, but I need 4 piston. Shut up with your 4 piston. BS. You don't need.
Super clean all the time. Looks great. The lever point does change slightly if it's been on the wall or on the chairlift. Generally, they're always the same, and we've bled them 3 times now, I think, to double check they're bled perfectly. You put it on the lift, they might pull back to the bar a bit more, but they will pump up really quickly back to normal, a couple of pulls. And then sometimes they do slightly go out as they get warm, which is not perfect, but I much prefer if the levers are getting out further than coming into the bar. It just feels safer than if they're getting closer to the bar. My only real problem with them is the rear one's just too powerful, too sharp.
You don't even believe this, right? So he actually said about the rear, which at some point, you know, in some third time, whatever steepest descent hill, he say, man, actually the rear is a bit too sharp, a bit too powerful to piston. Incredible.
Further than coming into the bar. It just feels safer than if they're getting closer to the bar. My only real problem with them is the rear one's just too powerful, too sharp. When I've been riding this bike continuously, I do get used to them, and if the grip's good. But swapping between bikes often, or loose surfaces, I'm a bit trigger happy on the lever. But if it was one brake, using them all the time, I think I'll get used to them, they'll be fine. So I definitely don't need the 220 rotor on the back. The heat was fine, I could easily run 200. Power is a bit too much with the power pads and the 220, so I could downgrade the rotor to 200 and avoid having a stupid plus 20 brake mount. And this weekend we're going to run the sintered pads on the rear, which should calm the power down as well. There's so much power, so much good heat management anyway that it's fine. You can definitely downgrade in this situation. And
isn't this so sweet? Not no gay shit here, but as after all this, you know, content and how I actually manage to filter, and we still have a bit more, but based on what our friend here say, he's also a reviewer, journalist, but he's a honest one, he's a quality one, he's not a famous one. 5k subscribers, 15k views in 3 years at this video. What can you say? So he actually say, maybe I would actually downgrade the pads. No problem with heat, you know, even the pads melted, no problem. 220 too much. I want 200 and maybe 180. Dude, the rear is too powerful. 2 piston, the rear is too powerful. What you do when the rear is too powerful? You tame it, you know? You change the disc, you change the pads, man, too powerful. The rear is too powerful. That guy, what say? More power! 4 piston. So for a already powerful rear, I mean, what's the point? To go faster, to be safer, and to be in control. If you have more power on the rear, what you do? What you do? This is Formula brand. Formula. Italians, Formula. But Shimano, Japan, saying like this. If you paid attention. And smaller rotors are for riders at lower downhill speed. You also see some riders with a more oversized rotor on the front on the back. What's because usually like this. No. The color of your brake rotors can tell you if you're the right size or not. Which of course you can be one size higher. You're in the sweet spot if you got brown marks on them. Rainbow coloration means they're running too hot and you might need to size up. And no discoloration means they're not getting up to temperature, so you might need to size down or ride faster. This is on Shimano's website. Alright, it applies also to Formula. Am I arrogant enough? Am I cheeky, impolite, as I talked before? Who the fuck are you to think you are Marc Marquez, that you need more power for the rear? Alright, here is the debate. I'm impolite if we talk about the rear. But, again, am I impolite to come to this guy and to say to him, man, your discoloration on the rear disc is not brown. So maybe you will need to size down or to ride faster downhill on the steepest descent 3 times on the world. So am I impolite? What do you say? Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck am I? And let someone say to this guy, man, go away with your Cura 2 piston. Ride faster, man. Ride faster. Don't size down. Ride faster. Or buy 4 piston to have confidence, to be happy and to feel that you go faster purely by confidence, by happiness. Just go downhill without brakes. Go. I can't. This is an example of each one's level, of each one's ability, experience, and that's why you need to be humble, realistic. I try to be. I don't try to encourage those below me to buy stupid stuff which doesn't help them, which is like an armor, a heavy in the back, because you have more power in the back. You have to carry it, you have to adapt it. It's like you have some weights. I don't want to put some weights on your shoulder. Maybe I want to take some weights on your shoulder. And also to a guy like him, my crap, my BS, my stupid opinions are equal to 0. But the best thing on this earth is that also for this guy, that guy's opinion is also equal with 0. So, oh, you need more power, you need 4 piston. Shut the fuck, man, up. I tried to survive downhill 3 times. My pads melted, no problem. I reached the bottom, no problem. 1 finger, easy. Actually, it's a lot of too much power in the rear. I think I want to swap pads and downgrade my rotor, because I don't generate that much heat and also it's a lot of power. Fuck off.
Which should calm the power down as well. There's so much power, so much good heat management anyway that it's fine. You can definitely downgrade in this situation. And the sinter pads should last longer, so all good. What I recommend, if you're a big heavy rider, wanting to do downhill, power pads front and rear, 220mm rotors front and rear on a 29er. If you've got smaller wheels or you're a bit lighter, or you're riding enduro, 200s, 180s will be fine. My previous pink bike review, I ran 180mm rotors front and rear in Finale, never had any problems. Bloody great, love these brakes.
Alright, so you understood. He recommended you very simple. Man, you are heavy, you are light. You ride hard, you ride soft, whatever. You have big wheels, you have soft wheels. 2-piston brakes, whatever disc size, whatever pads, you're alright. No problem. This guy, again, these guys, alright, my mistake. I don't have nothing with this guy. He actually maybe knows something about suspensions, tech geek stuff, but I'm talking about only this specific thing, which for me is important, is a small detail. I picked this small detail and I make tens of hours of discussion about an important topic. But let's enjoy for the 102 times. What do you say, man? I am a heavy rider and I'm a light rider. Sorry, I'm a light rider and I ride fast.
Direct fix, it was going from a 2-piston brake to a more powerful 4-piston brake. Riding in any area with any vertical descending will be benefited from more powerful brakes. There's never really a bad time to have more powerful brakes, so even if you're only going up and down a couple hundred feet on your ride, then you're still going to be very happy on your descent with more stopping power. Also, if you're just a larger rider, then having a more powerful brake will definitely help keep your speed in check. A 4-piston brake is naturally a little heavier than a 2-piston brake because it's got more pistons, so if you live in a flat area and mostly do cross-country riding and you don't really need a more powerful brake, then a 2-piston brake is probably fine for you.
And that's all. You solved everything. 4-piston, 2-piston, that's the problem. Pads, disc size, disc manufacturer, disc thickness, as you saw, 1.8 Shimano usually, SRAM. 2.0 those Magura, which is 10% basically thicker. Different approach than forward 2, 4, front and rear, both, front and rear, put there, oh nice, you climb a lot or descend 350, 4, no problem, take this. Oh, and I have a discount for you, 250 for that code RSC. Yeah man, but XT R200. Yeah, but these are better. XT doesn't work. You can't adjust free stroke. And I showed you that you don't even need the free stroke adjuster for no manufacturer, no model, nothing. There's a situation where you can adjust it spot on. Na. I love this guy. Even though I don't know him, I usually thought that Pink Bike is you know, Bike Radar, those review, you know. But you can see a big difference even in journalists, even in their end result. What give me this guy? Let's say nothing. What this give me? This guy, nothing. This guy tried to sell me fucking something. This one need my money. This one have hundreds of thousands of views of subscribers. This one, nothing. And you will see the character of the human even more. That one, please buy this from me. I have code RSC. This one, watch.
Or you're riding enduro, 200s, your power pads front and rear. What I recommend, if you're a big heavy rider, wanted to do downhill, power pads front and rear, 220mm rotors front and rear on a 29er. If you've got smaller wheels or you're a bit lighter, or you're riding enduro, 200s, 180, 180s will be fine. My previous Pink Bike review, I ran 180mm rotors front and rear. In Finale, never had any problems.
No problem. No problem. Oh, but I want 4 piston.
Bloody great. Love these brakes. Problem. Never had any problems. Bloody great. Love these brakes. Problems. On one of the brakes from new, this hose connection here was insanely tight and we didn't film it, but the 8mm or 10mm wrench on it, it was like twisting the whole master cylinder nearly, trying to crack it open. Then it did crack open, really, really tight. And then we couldn't get the hose out of the lever because it must have just been compressed in way too hard. And the reason we were doing that was that only had rear in stock with the extra long hoses. So at the time we were in Morzine in the car park. We just left the hose on, ravelled up just for safety. We didn't want to ruin anything in the car park and not be able to ride, so we left it until we came home, and then it was a 2-man job to get it out.
Fucking bikes, man. Yeah, it's definitely on tight, wasn't it?
Big job, definitely over tightened.
And guess what? This is a success, let's say like this, even though there is a different success with a bit of more problems, with a bit of more difficulty. So he basically managed to extract that hose, is a copper hose, which was over tightened and forced there. There's another situation. When you pull the oh my god, the hose, the whatever, the man, translate, Google Translate. The hose, alright. So the insert, I thought the hose is the copper insert, the olive, whatever. So there you have an insert, and maybe if you pull hard, you extract the hose, but the insert, which is pressed there, and a copper one, which is a soft material, whatever, remain there, which is a problem. If you can't fix that, of course you lost the lever, you lost the caliper, period. Because you have another chance, at least to try in that situation, to extract that thing there, different approaches. I actually managed 2 times to solve this problem, even though I damaged a bit the thread. Not much, anyways, in the end it was good, but it was risky. No one give you a warranty or anything. It's not a sure or a that easy process. It is time consuming and very angry because you have a lot of pressure to not damage the threads and still extract that piece there. But in this situation you saw it was out, no problem, but it was a bit stuck there. That happens, and also the more bad situation also happens, which can lead to a even more bad situation when you need to replace the lever or caliper.
Hopefully that's not happened on any more of these. Like I said, there was a bit of pump up on the levers, didn't really faze me at all. It's still better than pulling back to the bar when it gets too hot. And the only other issue, which isn't an issue on any of my bikes, is just the caliper hose connection is like locked in one angle, which on these bikes absolutely fine, but if you do need an extreme angle change of the hose, you might struggle to get it looking pretty or get it as flush as you would like. Why didn't I buy the 4-piston version? 2 reasons. Can't find any in stock anywhere. Second reason, I had 3 pairs of these 2 years ago in the summer on demo bikes when I was doing demo rides with people. Every single one had sticky pistons. You could clean them before you go for a ride, push the pistons in, clean them, drip a bit of oil if it was super dry, pump the pistons back, out, in, out, get them working perfectly, line everything up. Half a day, 1 day riding, all off to one side. With every single one, 6 brakes, same.
2-piston, 4-piston. Is it Formula Cura? Is it Hope? Is it Magura? Is it Shimano? Whatever. 2-piston versus 4-piston. He had problems. I didn't have, and I don't even want. And to be honest, maybe if I will have, I will remember Formula Cura 2-piston. And that's it for me. You know, I don't need more. I'm smart somehow, and I don't try to over complicate my life. But being cool, 4-piston in the rear, in the front, in the backpack and whatever. Let's read some comments because there are good comments also. Watch this. So, Cura 2 works fine, but 4 are robbing the rotor after few rides, as you said, and they feel little spongy. I try to bleed it soon, if that makes any difference. So, the guy is actually reporting the truth. It's not a good truth. He actually don't promote in a good way Formula company to say, oh, all my 3 sets had this problem of pistons. No, he actually say 2 pistons, Formula Cura, good. Too much power on the rear. I try to make something. If you're a heavy rider, big rotors, good pads. If you're soft, 180. No problem. I rode 180, no problem. Man, this is the truth. You can opt, of course, not for Cura, not for Shimano, not for whatever. But the idea is next one. What are your needs? And the needs are not black and white. 2-piston, 4-piston. That's ignorant and a joke of an approach to a complex problem, which is not based on only 2 factors. Why are the Cura X marketed everywhere as XC cross-country brakes? From your review, they clearly can handle much of anything. Thanks a lot. Let's see what our guy responded. Because marketing. What does it mean, marketing? Huh? What marketing means?
Going to be very happy on your descent with more stopping power. Also,
Yeah. Oh, marketing. Oh, alright. Oh. Because marketing. True. Awesome video anyway. Glad I found your channel. Me also. Actually, I'm really glad to be searching this concept, this how you say, whatever in a straw whatever. The needle in the haystack. So for days I was searching for the needle in the haystack, and even though I didn't need it, a specific answer, and I didn't had a need to solve for me, I had the next question, which I actually dig deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. the second series, this about brakes, started from the next thing. This bike here, 4 piston, different days I tried to actually adjust. You can watch again how everything started, and I asked myself, seriously, not you know, oh, now I have 4 piston, because I bought those 4 pistons. They are not a gift or something like that. And I said, oh, 4 pistons. And I asked myself, why am I still using this 4 piston? It is noisy, in my opinion. It is reliable. It is Shimano, whatever. I don't need it. I tried to show you the noise source, which of course was the synchronization of 4 piston in the same time. As for Shimano Cura, he said some piston stopped, purely stop in the most ad literam way, stopped working, and he had to lube them, whatever. In my case with Shimano, they didn't stop. They just a few thousandths of, not thousands, a few tenths of millimeters between them misaligned, and because the pads are longer, alright, the source of sound was unavoidable. And after that I said the next thing, man, I will not enter into more detail why the 4 piston in general or whatever, just the sound. Sorry, we are here, we are that far into this topic. I actually found what was under the radar, but almost everyone knew the next thing. 4 piston rear, no need. At car, motorcycle, in the rear you have a smaller caliper. That's the rule. You don't need that much. You can't use it. In the bicycles, 4 front, 4 back. And more than that, I found on this guy's channel at the end, the needle in the haystack. And I am true, awesome video anyway, glad I found your channel and your video, because his video also referred to the front wheel, to the rotors, to the engineering of actually balancing the bike, the brake system, front and rear in a pure technical performant way. No BS, no marketing, and he actually said that very clear, in a humble and simple way, without pointing with finger towards anyone, but I pointed and I will point again for even more famous guys. Again, this is true gold here. Why are the Cura X marketing everywhere XC cross country levels? Because marketing. Alright? I hate marketing. I hate marketing. Not because I hate in general different marketing. Man, it's too much marketing. It's too much marketing. Too much. We have a lot of crap on this earth because of the marketing. Marketing can market the good products, and for me, who is a poor person, alright, I don't have access to premium or good products. Fine, no problem. But at least market the good things. Not the stupidest, most idiotic idea. 4 pistons. You solved. Where? Front? What disc? What pads? 4 pistons. This is my problem. And that's why I'm pointing with my finger in their face. Always appreciate your honest reviews. Thanks. Had them on rental in Poland. They were amazing. After using the regular Cura for the past 4 seasons, I can agree on pretty much everything except I never found the bite point to change. Do you have any recommendation for the good scented pads? Or perhaps this to upgrade the OEM ones? Not interested in organics as I've changed 8-9 pads between front and rear this past summer. Thanks. The idea with this bite point, to make it clear for you what they mean, I'll translate you. For example, if I take this bike and I reverse it with the wheels up because I want to service whatever thing or whatever, I'm somewhere and I don't have a stand like this to hold my bike somewhere, when I actually go on the bike with the bike sitting on the wheels, you pump first 2-3 pumps on the brakes, they feel, maybe you don't feel the pressure, maybe a bit of air, maybe a bit of something, and it don't stop, it don't bite regularly, but it go a bit more to the handlebar, one time, two times, and then it come into the normal parameters. Or even if you place it on the wall, you keep your bike on the wall with the caliper higher than the lever, again can happen the same thing. You jump on the bike, you press a bit at the beginning, no problem. That's the only thing about bite point which they mentioned. Awesome review. Have you tried the Cura Force? If so, how they compare? Thanks, Martin. Watch this. I had 5-6 pair of Cura 4 piston a couple of years ago. Every single pair suffered from sticky pistons and were always dragging and out of alignment. Even after prepping the piston every day, I never tried them back to back, but I don't recall the 4 piston being noticeable more powerful than the 2 piston. So again, man, like on a susceptible opinion about Shimano, as I said, if I take that 50% increase, more power, with servo wave and whatever system than the previous model on the Shimano website, why do I need that on the rear 50% more? So if actually the manufacturer claims that much of a difference, why do I need that on the rear? If it's not like that, if it's a small difference, whatever, why would I choose 4 piston? So a big problem with misalignment, so rub, whatever problems, to have 10% more, 50% more from the caliper, even though I can improve that with a bigger disc, with a different pad option. Why to choose in the end 4 pistons? Alright, I don't step in this unstable subject because 4 piston is bad in general, but 4 piston for the rear is the dumbest, most stupidest, most idiotic way you can unbalance your bike, your control in general over the bike, over the saving bike, because in a turn, when you're lean into the apex, you can't use the front brake. In MotoGP you don't use front brake when you're in the apex, but you also can open the throttle as Casey Stoner did on Phillip Island. He also have a corner named about him. He took the front, and then before even the apex he opened the throttle, so the rear going out firstly, so before losing the front, he knew one thing: man, I don't lose the front, I don't crash, maybe I skid a bit with the back, no problem. But that one was also for the rear wheel. Period. That's the most stupid way influencers or ignorant people, unstable bikes control stability, let's say, and in the end your safety, creating only problems. Only problems. You have more pistons, unalignment, and stupid stuff. Maybe I don't need to show you not that guy 103 times, but that guy who had a 4-piston Magura with a 160, $5, $10 cheap crap piece of trash rotor with no cooling, no nothing, smoking. Idiotic. And this one, this is a hater. This is a let's say a person who don't agree. Tried this, and despite what you and others say, they just didn't have the power of even XT, let alone 4-piston. Not for me. Man, who are you? So tried this, and despite what you and others say, they just didn't have the power of even XT, let alone 4 pistons. Not for me. So there are a lot of people in the comments, and even his disc, you saw his disc. He said actually, I want to downgrade in the back because it's too much power. I want to replace my pads with something softer, with something sintered, so not that much of a bite of a whatever. I don't know this guy, the last guy. Maybe he didn't bought the same rotors and the same pads, because otherwise the solution is there. I don't think he's lying about this thing, and if he's lying, alright, to buy Cura 4-piston. He come back to Cura 2-piston. In my opinion, he tested a lot of brakes. Why didn't he choose, let's say, a Shimano Z, Shimano Saint? He could. 4-piston, easy. To promote some 2-piston Shimano Cura whatever, just for the damn thing? I don't think so. So even though the last comment is without hate, let's say like this, it's against all these guys' conclusion. Is not my business. I don't want to have the final word, but something is suspect, and if in the end he actually would have did everything on spot and tried and whatever, maybe was something actually wrong at either his set of brakes, I don't know, or whoever knows. But there are too many data suggesting that this brake set in this configuration is actually working. But responding to what I asked before, alright, if you don't believe this guy that he promotes a Formula, Cura, 2-piston, whatever, why he promote such thing? Why doesn't he buy Shimano Saint? He can afford, of course, no problem from a financial standpoint. Let's see the reason.
All off to one side. With every single one, 6 brakes, same. I don't know if I was just unlucky, if this has been fixed or what. But again, go back, read my review on Pink Bike. I said they were great brakes then. I still think they're great brakes now. They've easily got enough power. The power readings on Enduromag prove it. I don't know, all the other reviews say they're great. I think they've become an overlooked brake just because they've got 2 pistons instead of 4. Raffle time! Woo! So I made a pretty big loss on the Canyon Sender raffle. I'm really stoked on it. Everything's getting better. Views are going up. Positive feedback's going up. The number of people buying tickets going up. The total amount of tickets bought up. The total value of the tickets up. Everything's great. Everything's building up. In the short term, I'm not going to risk losing loads more money on the bike. So I bought 3 pairs of Formula Cura X. So I'm going to try and do some smaller raffles, build up my following, hopefully not lose any more money, because that was a bit of a kick in the balls. Even though I was really happy with it, it would have been nice to break even, not spend a month of risk and time and energy and work losing a couple of grand. But we're moving on, we're moving forwards. So I've ordered polished standard black, gold, 3 pairs, one of each colour. They've all got the carbon levers, they're all rear with a they're all rear, Kevlar hoses, so they should fit any bike however long your cables need to be. 6 pairs of trick stuff pads, 2 20mm Magura MDRP rotors, 2 220s, 2 180s, which are pretty cute. I didn't have any 200 in stock to match, but to go with the brake pads, trick stuff Dackley, and these are the HD heavy duty. These are 2mm thick. These are 203mm, and these should be a really good disc. And they even have the 60-degree chamfer on the rotor, which makes it a lot easier to slot the disc into the caliper when you're putting your wheels on. That's a nice touch. And all the rotors are about the same price. That's why I chose these to make it fair. The raffle. First place wins choice of 3 colours. You can choose any matching pair of brakes, gold, silver, black. You can also choose the rotors. You want any combination of rotors, 200, 180, 220, whichever. And you get 2 sets of brake pads included. The second place winner will win the second choice of colours, so he gets to choose between the remaining 2 colours and whichever discs are left over, and again 2 pairs of pads. Third place wins Buck package from Misspent Summers, a trail map from trailmaps.co.uk, and some socks from Quit Cartel. Great guys, all of those brands, love those guys. Thanks for the support from them from the start, from day one. The remaining third pair are going to go on my Norco. The silver or the gold ones look pretty good on the Norco, so I'm hopefully going to end up with one of those pairs left, and hopefully suitable rotors. But if not, we'll see. Head to the link in the description, go to my Instagram page, follow the link in bio there. You can buy tickets on raffle, you can make a donation through Coffee or Linktree directly. Please like, share, subscribe. We want to build this independent bike review channel. I still think these are the only completely independent reviews. The next best thing I can find is Blister, which won't take any money from brands, but they do get their products free. The difference here is I bought all these products online, full retail price, whatever price they're on the store. So yeah, let's keep it moving. Fantastic.
So in the end, it will be a mystery. Why does he recommend a 2-piston Formula brake if there are 4-piston versions from Shimano, from wherever? I don't know. It's a mystery. But because I see him giving away 3 sets, maybe actually wanting one for him, to remain one for him, I would actually believe that at least on the rear wheel, 4-piston maybe is too much, maybe even 2-piston if he's not balanced with your brain. And of course, let's go further for some more clown shite. let's come back to Shimano website, and after this masterclass, when he actually said you about rotors, we read about pads, about power, about colors, about different things. Now going back to Shimano website, long way in the back, we went through a lot of details, a lot of stuff, a lot of context. Let's see again what Shimano is trying to tell us, and let's understand even better now what we read. The same words we read, of course, now have a different meaning, a different weight, and we also feel let's say more confident to choose for ourselves, not to ask a influencer marketing department, whatever, sponsored by producers, by manufacturers, whatever. What should I write? Oh, 4 pistons anywhere is anytime is much better. Oh, easy. So, the color of your brake rotors can tell you if they're the right size or not. You're in the sweet spot if they got the brown marks on them. Rainbow coloration means they're running too hot, so you might need to size up. And no discoloration means that they're not getting up in temperature, so you might need to size down or ride faster. Nice joke. Nice. This with this, 2-piston brakes surprisingly are using... but the size isn't the most crucial factor. You should keep the sweet spot of heat in mind instead. Not more stopping power. Alright, not more stopping power. You should keep in mind the sweet spot of heat. Brake pads have two main options: metal, sintered, or resin, organic. Metal brake pads are good choice for riding in sand, mud, bad weather. In hilly areas that are not too steep and winter time, metal pads prove themselves to be a reliable choice. Resin pads are recommended in both dry and wet conditions and in mountainous areas with long descent, with a slightly faster fading than metal pads. So yeah, metal pads usually last longer, but they also, let's say, wear down the rotors faster. So if you want to change the resin pads more often and rotors more rare, yeah. If you want metal pads, of course, they will force you to change the disc rotors faster than the resin. When your brakes overheat, we lose stopping power and begin to fade. This isn't much used when you're lapping a bike park and staring down another techie descent. This isn't much used when you're lapping. Oh yeah, so it's bad when you're lapping and whatever. Ice technology rotors use a 3-layer construct of stainless steel, aluminum, and stainless steel to get rid of the heat and give you predictable and consistent braking performance. This technology is available across the following disc brakes. You can choose from here from Shimano, and even if you don't want this, you can choose the what our guy recommended, Magura 220, 200 whatever, thicker, 2 millimeters in width, not 1.8. So just look around here. You have the RT70, the RT86, RT800, RT900 just for mountain. Alright, this one here are for road, for whatever, you know, cyclocross, GRX, whatever. So man, you have the options. You actually have the options in disc, in pads, as you saw, fin pads and whatever. So This is actually Durace. Alright, my bad. This is Durace. So this is road, this is road. This is the XTR. Let's see. This is the XTR. Yep. Let's check one more. Let's say this one, MT900. I think this is the XTR. This is XT. Yep, XTR, as you can see here. So a lot of cooling, heating. This is actually $60, not that much for top tech rotor, which of course if you need you can use without 4 piston whatever crap. Ice Technology Frieza takes our existing Ice Technology rotors and turns the heat dissipation up to a notch for riders pushing their bikes to the limit. Expect up to a 50 Celsius reduction in heat buildup thanks to radiator fins and 3 layers design. Check out our new XTR XT rotors for this technology. Let's check. I didn't check. XTR. All right. Yep, I like. A lot of heat dissipation. Oh, so it's 500 degrees. All right, 500 degrees here. With this, you have 400. With this, 350. And with this, also 350. So you can see here, not near to glowing red as Marc Marquez, but also not near to 100 or 150 or 200 or 250, which is what we usually use. Maybe the sweet spot is around here, you know, to don't overheat, to whatever, but maybe even at 500 you're fine for some portions, some sections where you can overheat a rotor and you may need actually need a bit of more cooling or other powers, special powers, galactical powers. This is the servo wave as I presented you. Put yourself in full control with incredibly quick pad engagement thanks to servo wave. With this technology, less lever movement is needed to move the pads, which also helps to get rid of that linear brake feel. Instead, these brakes have a progressive feel with no initial hard bite when you pull the lever. I showed you the servo wave curve, which is this one here, so it bites faster. This point compared to this point is faster and more powerful than regular. So let's get into the funny stuff. 4 pistons or 2 pistons, power or weight. So simplistic. Where is the control? Control. I want control. I want speed. I want more time. Power or weight? Does weight improve my time? Maybe not. Power? Maybe not. The control? Who knows? When it comes to choosing which Shimano mountain bike brake to have, there's plenty of options, but no dramas. Choosing the equipment for your bike can seem like a never-ending task, a circle of questions and options and decisions. What do I need? What do I want? What can I afford? Interesting. If you're riding and racing downhill, 4 piston brakes are a given. Front and rear or just front? Just asking. These powerful brakes were born from the development in the discipline, and Shimano Saints and Z 4-piston brakes are perfect for the gnarly task at hand. Maybe for front only. However, if you're choosing from the XTR, Dior XT, SLX, Dior brakes, then you have the option of 4 or 2 piston brakes. Shimano trickle-down technology model means that each of these group sets use the same technology, just engineered at different price point. So whether you are choosing the top-end XTR brakes or the more entry-level Dior brakes, the reasoning behind opting for 2 or 4 piston option is the same and the performance will be similar. If you ensure which option is for you, the guys at GmbN have to put together this mega film explaining the differences. Hit play for the brake lesson and stay for the brilliant riding shots. That's why I said he's not the poor guy I actually mentioned 103.5 times, which said power, 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 whatever, and he tries to actually make money to survive or to buy the new model for him and for his customers and whatever, not my problem. But there are another guys, Durian riders say about GCN, now GCN, GmbN, NMBN, BNGN, DMBN, the same stuff overall. They are journalists. So Shimano on their official webpage tell us we have 2, 4, watch these guys. They will help you. They will help you. Alright, and you can, how they said? And stay for the brilliant riding shots. They will help you with the brilliant riding shots. If you want to see them from the drone, you know, them riding, trailing on a hill, stay with us and they will help you. You will know for sure what you want. Trust me. Even though it's on Shimano webpage, it's a joke. In general stuff, you know, somehow with cliches and other superficial mentionings. Of course, they are on the beautiful bikes. Of course, both of them or all of them have something to do with bicycles. One of them was a downhill racer. One of them did some tricks, some slopestyle dirt jump things. They tested a lot of modern new bikes and whatever. So they are not no one. They are in the industry. They have a nice helmet, a nice jersey, cool poke, whatever. No problem. Where is the problem? If you got lost in the beauty of whatever and didn't quite catch all the information, here's a roundup of what, who, where, when, and why of the 2-pot versus 4-pot brake choice is. Let's watch. Oh! You scared me.
Welcome back, you beautiful people. We are out here in the middle of flipping nowhere. Nothing around, apart from a tractor.
Careful, mate. This is my neck of the woods. We're up in Shropshire for an epic ride. Ride some of my most favourite, epic, most fun.
Already started. So from the terrain, our guy with Shimano Cura 2-piston said the next thing. On the rear, too much power. He can downgrade to a 180 rotor. Too much power. He also said he descended 3 times. Pads almost melted on the disc, but no problem. The rear wheel so easy to lock, no problem. He also said that the track he rode was one of the most extreme black track, real track, fast track, whatever, downhill track circuit in the world, in the cup, in whatever. So no joke. And he said, no problem. He even rode 180 disc, no problem. Watch these guys where they film. Where are you guys? We are on a hill, trying to solve your problem, your curiosity, if you need 4 piston or 2 are enough. On a hill. So please pay attention to these details. So you need what you descend to need 4 piston on that hill. Firstly, you pedal uphill on that hill, let's say like this. If yes, that means you are not enduro downhill oriented, because you also pedal uphill. If you just climb the hill with the cable or with the car and you just go downhill, alright, you need power. But on this average, regular, having fun in the Sunday track environment, beautiful country landscape, it's very funny to talk about 4 piston, in my opinion. Front and rear, in my opinion.
Trails then to try out some brakes.
I've heard a lot about it, Neil.
Let's do it.
Which way?
Up.
Oh, okay.
Up, not down.
And with so many brake brands now having both 2 and 4-pot caliper options for us riders to choose from, we wanted to find out what the difference between them are on the trail. Are 4-pot brakes overkill, or 2 pots all you need? And what exactly is a pot?
To demonstrate a difference between the 2 and 4 piston brakes, Shimano invited us to take them out for a ride.
Yes, Neil, I love it when they invite us. We get to do some cool stuff.
Again, GMBN channel.
And for today's ride, we're riding 2 very different bikes. I'm riding my Nukeproof
Let's watch on YouTube for some copyrights, because I don't want to share them with Shimano. Let them go, and also my view, my minutes, let them go to them. As you can see here 2 million subscribers. 2 million subscribers, alright? Who watch in their mouth to what they have to say. 2 millions. Alright? This guy 6,000 almost. Almost 6,000. Alright. Maybe that's how it should be. Alright. 2 million. Tell me, guys. Tell me. I will tell you. I promise.
It's got 27.5 wheels, 170mm travel up front, 165 on the rear, a Shimano 1x12 drivetrain with Shimano XT brakes with the 4-pot calipers, matched to 180 rotors front and rear. In the numbers game, I win.
And I'm running my Canyon Neuron bike. This is a 130mm travel front and rear, 29-inch wheel build on this beast. I got the Shimano 12-speed on here, paired with the Shimano XT calipers, 2-pot on this bike with 180mm rotors, front and rear. It's a full carbon rig with 29-inch wheels. This thing is super, super lightweight.
Well, I've got 4-pot brakes and more travel. Bigger is better, Blake.
This thing is a climbing machine, super lightweight. I can get to the top with less energy, so I can have more energy for the descent.
Well, I guess we'll find out soon enough.
So, in your opinion, if you see 2 monkeys, one saying yes, one saying no, too much, too less, is that helping me or you in any way, shape or form? Huh? Huh? Oh, I'm the good personage in this movie. Oh, I say it is good to have 4 piston. Oh no, I am enough with 2 piston. Oh, whatever. It's a joke of a video on Shimano webpage. Marketing, of course. I also hate Shimano marketing and GMBN, DMBN. Marketing, which is funny, you know, oh, so funny, oh, funny, for stupid people, for kids, for who? I don't think even them enjoy this kind of videos. In my past, I watched some bits from their beginning. Maybe they had at the beginning 100,000 subscribers or something like this, 200, let's say. It was a small channel. They tried to actually push the bikes to whatever and ever. For example, I watched Blake, is the two-piston in this video, two-piston realistic guy, not the four-piston, more power illusion crazy guy. And he actually completed Mega Avalanche with a hardtail. Because I usually ride hardtail, 26, 27, I actually can fit on this bike 29 wheels. I watched that video because it was hardtail oriented. I like hardtail. I like more feeling into the bike, even though the speed is not crazy. So the power on the brake or suspension is crazy. And I watch some of that content. But for me to think I'm informing right now, seeing some drone shooting on a hill, you know, about four piston on that hill, and one of them saying, oh, I like the two-pot. Oh, I need the two-pot, is saying the other one. These are clowns, paid by Shimano marketing department, which even though is Shimano, the other manufacturers and whatever, whoever, the entire show is just a stupid show. Stupid show. I'm down that hill in 1 minute 30 seconds. No heat problem with no, not even one brake using. I can descend that with only the rear brake, front no heat at all. 1 minute 30 seconds, I'm down. I'm making you with my hand. Hello, hello from around there, that village.
The ride takes us through the heart of the Shropshire Hills, an area of outstanding natural beauty, from the ridgeline of the Lawley, over the Longmynd and its wild, epic cross-country trails, to link up with the woods of Eastridge, an old mountain bike race venue with technical downhill track.
Oh, so here we have the values in feet. So here, this line is 500 feet, here is 200 feet. So if we again mention the same guy, which he say that you need the four piston even if you ride 200, 100 feet.
Fitted from more powerful brakes. There's never really a bad time to have more powerful brake to a more powerful four-piston brake. Riding in any area with any vertical descending will be benefited from more powerful brakes. There's never really a bad time to have more powerful brakes, so even if you're only going up and down a couple hundred feet on your ride, then you're still going to be very happy on your descent with more.
Alright, so you have here a couple hundred feet, as I said, 150 here, 120, 200 here, so a couple hundred feet. Alright, standard 4-piston, no problem, why not?
Then on to a steep final surprise to make sure we're still concentrating and the brakes are still working after 45 kilometres, enjoying the best of British autumnal weather.
But before we get started, what exactly are two?
So, Let aside what exactly are 2, 4, 5, whatever. This guy showed us his disc. I want to see also his disc. This is his disc.
And 4 pop.
Is it brown? I don't see any brown there. And it is a 2-pot. Overheat problem? Nope. Nope. Alright, let's continue.
Pop brakes. Well, there's a number of different varieties out there, but there's 2 fundamental types.
Lolek and Bolek, Stan and Bran, Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, the first one is the mechanical disc brakes. So they use brake cables, much like your gear cables, to pull the pistons, and they're generally 2-pot.
Yeah, about 2 pots, Neil.
I'll explain that in a second, Blake. Well, yeah, first one's mechanicals. They're much simpler and they're much cheaper than the second variety, and that is hydraulic disc brakes, which uses hydraulic fluid pushed by your lever to activate the pistons, and they can come in 2 or 4 pots.
Why I'm so bad, so impolite with them? Because I recognize this in me, and I'm actually very happy to give them this feedback. What actually are 2 piston? What actually are 4 piston? It's a hydraulic system where you push and piston and whatever and whatever. Dude, who buys a 4 piston bike? A 6-year-old kid? Why they are talking to me like it's a stupid. If I'm actually, let's say, a well known average rider, I know 4 piston, and I actually joined their stupid show to actually find, man, I want some technical stuff. Maybe I should upgrade. Oh, there are 2 piston which on hydraulic lever, whatever, from the kindergarten. They actually think a retarded minded idiot mind whatever sickness who doesn't even understand language or whatever would jump on a downhill enduro bike for 4 piston, and you try to make it clear for him, to that sick person, you know, or to a stranger, let's say a Chinese who doesn't speak the English, or an Indian. Hello, my friends. So you have here a 2 piston, 4 piston, and the hydraulic lever you push like this, and the piston 4 piston. I'm not stupid. Why this format of the video is starting with the idea that on their funnel, on their tunnel, entered a dumb idiot kid or whatever ill stupid person trying to somehow figure out, man, I need 2 or 4 piston. You don't understand what I want to say. You don't see exactly like I'm seeing. All of us are monkeys, let's say like this. Oh, here is a 2 piston. What is a 2 piston?
Brakes. Well, but before we get started, what exactly are 2 and 4 pop brakes? Well, there's a number of different varieties out there, but there's 2 fundamental types.
Yeah, the first one is the mechanical disc brakes. So they use brake cables, much like your gear cables, to pull the pistons, and they're generally 2-pot.
Yeah, about 2 pots, Neil.
I'll explain that in a second, Blake. Well, yeah, first one's mechanicals. They're much simpler and they're much cheaper than the second variety, and that is hydraulic disc brakes, which uses hydraulic fluid pushed by your lever to activate the pistons, and they can come in 2 or 4 pots.
Oh, just like my motorbike.
Exactly.
Or on Jeff the Jeep.
Exactly.
No, because as I presented you, and I will present again, you stupid, because you are stupid, not I'm stupid. Stupid idiots. Lamborghini. This is no. Lamborghini Aventador brake calipers. Man, I don't actually believe I need to do that again, but it's as my Jeep or as my motorcycle. No, idiot. No, idiot. Because guess what? The Lamborghini Aventador and Jeep and whatever has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 piston in the front and 1, 2, 3, 4 in the back. So 6, 4, 6, 4, 6 front, 4 in the back. Alright? Motorcycles. Let's say motorcycle. 6 front with a beautiful carbon wheel. This need to be something really special. Special. And a Brembo with only one piston in the rear. Alright, maybe you have a Brembo with 2 piston in the front. Or a single piston in the front. But usually, in general, you usually have more piston in the front than in the back.
In 2 or 4 pots.
Oh, just like my motorbike.
Exactly.
Or on Jeff the Jeep.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, you deserve my money. I will buy 4.
Well, hydraulic disc brakes generally are more powerful and more efficient than mechanical ones, so less pull at the lever means more power at the brake. So more control, more stopping power, and they come on most mountain bikes nowadays.
I've got a question. What is a pot? A cooking pot, Neil?
No,
Yogurt pot.
no.
Oh.
That's yogurt, not yogurt.
Coffee pot. Love coffee.
No.
No. I got one. Flower pot, Neil.
No.
Oh.
Pot, Blake, just means piston. So 2 pot means 2 piston, 4 pot means 4 piston.
What is piston, Neil?
More pistons equals more power, Blake. You can see on my brakes almost the outline in the caliper of where the pistons are. 1, 2, 3.
Let's investigate the other one. The other one's guy, rotor. Let's see some brown. Let's see some nothing. It is just brand new, not overheated. Shimano would recommend him to size down or to ride faster. To size down what? Either the disc, either these fins of the pads, either to Blake's 2 piston. But who am I? I am here because of Shimano. They recommended me to watch this.
4. Can sometimes get 6 piston brakes, although they're not so common these days. Anyway, can we start riding now?
Please, Neil. I'm cold. Thanks for explaining.
What do you reckon to that, Blake?
Cool. It's good.
Sort of mellow cross-country trails around
Super
here.
chill.
I feel like 4-pot, it's overkill.
Yeah.
Because they're never steep enough to re-drag them and get them that hot.
And get them that warm. The single pot here is perfect. You don't need
Cross-country tracks.
Exactly.
Although I do like having a big, aggressive, powerful brake all the time anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Why? Why do you like to have more power anyway in any time in any what? And why the other guy with the other guy? No, let me show you what I mean. And
Formula Cura job definitely over tightened. Hopefully that's not happening. This hose connection, use them, they'll be fine. So I definitely don't need the 220 rotor on the back. The heat was fine, I could easily run 200. Power is a bit too much with the power pads and the 220, so I could downgrade the rotor to 200 and avoid having a stupid plus 20 brake mount. And this weekend we're going to run the sintered pads on the rear, which should calm the power down as well. There's so much power, so much good heat management anyway that it's fine. You can definitely downgrade in this situation. And the center pads should last longer, so all good.
So again, let's listen again.
And that hot and get them that warm. The single pot here is perfect. You don't need cross-country tracks.
Although I do like having a big, aggressive, powerful brake all the time
Aggressive.
anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I do like having a big, aggressive, powerful brake all the time anyway.
All the time anyway. May I ask you why? 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 The other guy said, man, I don't need that much in the back, too much power. I try to be faster. I try to be better. I try to stay safer. I try to whatever, performant, pertinent opinion which you can argue, you can prove. But why do you like? You like power anyway, anytime. Why? Why? He actually was a downhill racer in his youth. In the same way he raced back then. Oh, I want more weight, a heavier weight frame. Anyway, anytime. Why do you use for this specific example carbon rims, carbon 29 rims? Why do you use a carbon bike frame? Why don't you